Tell them about the group costume we did last year.
Yeah, last year, all of the ADR directors did a Snow White group. So I was the evil queen, and Jade Saxton was Snow White. Mike, which dwarf were you?
Ooh, I don't recall. I was a dwarf, though, for sure.
Sneezy? Sneezy? Maybe? Kyle, which one were you?
I'm just trying to think. He had a yellow hat? Brown or orange? Dopey?
I bet you were happy.
Let's bring to the stream. Up first, we have 13. It's Morgan Berry.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, how you doing, Morgan?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Better now. Super excited for the stream.
Same.
Awesome. All right, up next, we have Denki, Kaminari. It's Kyle Phillips.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hey, Kyle, where are you coming to us from today?
From UA High. I was just checking out the school with my mask and everything. Just wanted to see how everything was going, but it's still going great.
Sounds awesome, Kyle. All right. Up next, we have Mashirao Ojiro. It's Mike McFarland.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
Better now. I'm very excited. Thank you so much for being here.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
All right. Up next, we have Nejire Hado. It's Lindsay Seidel.
Hey!
How you doing, Lindsay?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
Doing awesome. Thank you so much for asking.
Word.
All right. Up next, we have Tamaki Amajiki. It is Aaron Dismuke.
Hi.
What's up, Aaron? How's it going?
Going good. Just realized I should have put my last name.
No,
other than that, doing great.
Oh, you're the only Aaron in the group. So.
Yeah. Sharon, Madonna, Aaron. We're good. You're totally fine. And last but not least, we have Mina. Ashido. It is Caitlin Glass.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. How you doing, Caitlin?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. We all appreciate your background, and thank you for making things a little bit more festive. It is officially a party. All right. So before we go to the fan questions, I'm going to ask you guys a question or two, and then we'll go from there. So one of the things I was curious about is, have you guys ever had the opportunity to meet any of your voice actor counterparts from My Hero or any of the other animes that you guys voice?
I met I'm a director at Funimation as well, and I met the director for Overlord, a show I direct. That was cool, but never met the Japanese voice actor counterpart for any of my roles.
All right. Morgan?
No, that'd be cool.
I know, that'd be so cool. Mike, have any of you actually had the opportunity?
I've had the opportunity to meet a few other actors and directors. I'm not sure if there was ever any specific, this person has a role that you have. But I've met a lot of seiyuu and directors, and it's always been very cool.
That's awesome. All right. Okay. So another question for you guys would be, if you guys could live in any fantasy realm or world, so it could be real or fantasy, where would you guys like to visit or live?
Ooh.
And the list of never want to live there is way longer.
True. What are you thinking, Mike?
Oh, I don't know. I was just immediately flashing through. No, not The Walking Dead. No, not The Matrix. Not any of these things.
Not Attack on Titan.
No,
right?
Yeah, you go through all your favorite books and movies and shows, and you're like, oh, I love that book or movie or show, but that world would not be fun to live in.
Exciting but terrifying.
I do have one that came to mind. Fairy Tale.
Oh, yes.
Yes. That one would be fun. I love that anime. So, yes.
Yeah.
But only if you could use magic. If I could go and use magic, of course.
Yes.
I think that's part of it. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a huge bummer if you couldn't do magic.
Yeah. One of the normies. You're in the My Hero world, and you're like, yes! And then you go have a quirk, and you're just like, oh, cool.
What about you, Caitlin?
I was just going to say maybe just a more futuristic world like in Star Trek or something, where they have machines that make food for you and you can teleport anywhere. And yeah, they're aliens and stuff, but whatever. So long as you know which ones are the hostile ones to stay away from. I think they had medicine pretty well figured out. And yeah, I would like to live in future Star Trek world.
I'm with Caitlin. They also did away with money. Like everyone just has their place in society, and you fulfill your tasks, and everyone has a spot, and there's no more need for money, which I think is awesome.
Make it so.
That makes sense.
What do you think, Aaron?
I think the worst one is Warhammer 40K. I was just thinking about how awful like every single story says life is for the average human. I think Harry Potter would be a decent world to escape to. I'm also interested in, even though I know it would be awful, I like Made in Abyss. Like I see the appeal of there being a regular world, but then one place where magic is real. And you can go there, but sort of at your own peril. Yeah.
Awesome. Lindsay?
I was going to say Harry Potter as well, even though I do still find that kind of scary. But obviously, I would need to be a witch for it to be exciting to live in that world. But I would say, yeah, of all the like books and stuff I've read, Harry Potter is probably what drew me in the most, especially because I started reading those as a kid as they were coming out. And so, when you're a kid and you have such a big imagination, I don't know, at least I imagined myself all the time as a kid reading those books, being a part of that world and having magical powers and all that. So
for sure.
What house would you get sorted into?
Ooh.
I would be a Ravenclaw.
Me too.
Okay, Ravenclaws. Any Slytherins? Any fellow Slytherins? Okay.
I think I've been sorted a couple of times. I've been Slytherin here and there.
Aaron doesn't believe that I'm a Slytherin?
Why? What house are you, Aaron?
I'm an aspiring Ravenclaw, but you can't. I feel like you can't really say for sure you'd be Ravenclaw. It's like being like, well, I'm a genius.
That's not
I value what Ravenclaw.
Well, it's a lot more than that.
Probably a whole different panel. So
the story does not take into account what you want.
That is true.
Yes,
true.
Fair, very fair. All right. So before we get to the fan questions, one of the things I wanted to mention, back before these different times and in the land of live conventions, My Hero Academia fans are so incredible. And I've seen so many like incredible fan arts and also people dressed up in your cosplays. So I want to know, like, what is that like for you guys to see people emulating your characters?
That's great. Especially the creativity that goes into, like, when someone cosplays a standard Kaminari or like student Kaminari, it's great. I love it, especially when they do a good job. But then you'll see I always have to give a shout out to Daddy Denki. I met her in Toronto, and she came dressed as a Halloween themed Denki. There was I think it was official art, and Denki has it's like a black and red tux, and he's got like wings and stuff, and she came dressed like full on like that. I was just like, yes, that was awesome. So especially when people do all the branching out stuff, that's always cool. I haven't seen a Bruce Lee Denki yet, so that I want to see that.
All right, the challenge is out there, folks. So there it is. Lindsay, what do you think?
Oh my gosh, I love it. That's always my favorite part of going to conventions is seeing the cosplays, and it's narcissistic of us, but we all love seeing the cosplays of our own characters. That's always especially exciting. And I love seeing the different interpretations, like Kyle was saying. That's always so fun. And in the meantime, while, I'm not going in person to conventions, I love getting tagged on social media in photos that people have done. Like people like to do photo shoots and whatnot in their cosplays. And I love seeing that. It's so much fun.
Awesome. What about you, Mike?
I'm always happy to see if I'm tagged in something where I would get to check out the cosplay. As far as in person, I've seen several great ones. And for Ojiro, I'm just always impressed and interested of how they approach the tale. Sometimes it's very active, and sometimes it's, a bit more of like a stuffed animal type situation. But I'm always interested to see how they approached it and how it, fits in with the rest of the cosplay.
Awesome. Aaron?
Yeah, I I was thinking about, I did a con, one of the last cons that I did before all the COVID stuff. There was this like 6-year-old kid who was cosplaying as Tamaki, and his dad told me that he was going to be doing the kid cosplay contest, but that he was super nervous. And I was just like, that's perfect, dude. Like, you can't go wrong. Just be terrified and you'll be perfectly in character. And he ended up like getting, I think he got like 3rd place on it. And I was just like, yeah. And like meeting and give him that pep talk beforehand was really like special for me.
And that's always awesome seeing families that like all dress up too. Like,
Yes, that's the best.
What are your thoughts, Morgan?
Same. I love seeing cosplayers, and especially the group cosplays when you can get all your friends together and coordinate something like that. It's so cool. So I love seeing that.
Fair. Caitlin?
Yeah, it's really great just to see your character brought to life in 3 dimensions. Because I always think about how it isn't even my character, you know? It's a character that I am fortunate enough to play, but I didn't originate it. And even the Japanese Seiyu, I still don't think of it as their character. Like, it's the creator's character. So it's just, cosplay is just another level of bringing the story to life. And I think that cosplayers play a part in how fans take in the story truly, because now like you could just be wandering the halls of a convention, but now that you've like seen in real life, you know, these characters, that will affect yourself somehow the next time you take in the show, whether you're reading the manga or watching it. So I think that's something that's really cool about cosplay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So right now we're going to be taking some questions from your fans. So we're going to get started with the very first one. This is from Kathy. What American superhero can you relate to your My Hero Academia characters? Who wants to jump in first? This is a tough one.
Really hard. Here's the thing. The characters in My Hero are so original.
There you go.
Nailed it.
True.
Oh man, I guess I got to go with Static Shock just because of the power. But yeah, I mean, like Static Shock plus the Flash would be Kaminari. I've been out of the superhero game for a long time now, though. I'm not caught up with all these hip new ones.
Well, the good thing is that there's no wrong answer, so you're correct. So
Yes.
You got it. You nailed it. Anyone else have a comparison?
The parkour champion of the world. Not
Nice.
a comic book character, but that's the closest that I can think of.
It works. Aaron, you look like you're in deep thought over there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just running through every like superhero or like Marvel character I can think of, and none of them are nervous that I can think of, and none of them are as weird in their power as Tamaki is. So yeah, they're just too original. Lindsay had it.
Lindsay kind of nailed it. Caitlin, Morgan, anything? We can go to the next question. It's a good question, and I'm sure people are going to be tweeting you, some of their ideas as well. So, let's see what people say.
No, I want to hear. I want to hear what you guys have to say. So let us know what you think.
Definitely. Yeah. All right. Here's the next one. Okay. This is from Zarito9. And okay, what quirk would you like to have in real life?
That's...
What are you thinking, Morgan? Do you have it in mind?
My answer to that would definitely be the anxiety jetpack. So I can fly away from my problems. Great.
Can we come with?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Caitlin, do you have one in mind?
This is a pretty popular question. My answer, sometimes I change it, but my typical one is I would like the ability to control my personal body temperature so that I'm always comfortable in any environment. But that it is also a defensive quirk in that I take that comfort away from my opponent. So
what's the downside? That's too powerful.
What?
There has to be a downside.
How is that too powerful?
Because there's too many pros. There has to be at least one con.
Like the other person always has to carry a really heavy sweater or something, like just like a down jacket all the time.
Well, that's mine.
There you go. I love it. Kyle, what are you thinking?
Well, is the question what quirk do we think we would have, or which quirk in the universe do we think we would want?
I think any quirk that you would like to have doesn't necessarily have to exist in the universe. Just
okay.
That quirk.
Well, so I do like Kaminari's quirk because I think I could utilize it a little better than him at his current level. I feel like I would fry my brain less than him, but I know what quirk I would have and what my arch nemesis, what their quirk would be.
Okay.
My quirk would be basically like Indiana Jones's superpower, where like he's just kind of lucky. And so like my quirk would be like I can kind of boost the luck of either myself a lot or like the group. I could boost it in general. And then my nemesis would be the arch villain Earworm. And his quirk would be he could shoot melodies, and then I have to sing it. I have no choice, and it's debilitating.
I love that.
That would be my villain.
I thought you were gonna go something with snakes because I know Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't scared no snakes.
Like that. Oh. Okay. Aaron, what are you thinking?
I like that it's what quirk would you have in real life? So that means what do I think I'd likely have? And I think it'd be something stupid like phasing through spider webs or sweating lemonade. But I'd like to have the power to quick save. Like, right before a risky fight, I quick save, and then like I seem like I have no power, but like I can try as many times as I want to. So after 150 tries, I look like I'm really coordinated. And
wow, that's a really good one.
Agree. Lindsay?
So I like to interpret this question like what would I find most helpful in like my actual real life rather than what would be most helpful like if I was a superhero. So the one I normally go with is like to not require any sleep.
Oh, yes.
But what Morgan was saying with the anxiety thing, that would be really, really great. Like something that would just prevent me from having anxiety at all would be really great because I very much struggle with anxiety just in general. So I think one of those two, or I would love to have a photographic memory.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mike?
I'm going to go with what I would like rather than like what I would be given or whatever. And I suppose it's a tie. One is teleportation. Just eliminate the travel process altogether. Just instantly be wherever. Yeah. I know that travel is part of, a vacation or of the journey or whatever. But man, that destination is sometimes just like,
yes.
Let's just be at the destination. Let's just
you at least have the choice.
Yes. Yeah. And the other would be the ability to eat whatever I want and not have it have a negative impact on my health at all.
Ooh.
There you go.
That's
really the true answer right there.
That's really good.
Yeah. Okay, so if you were using your teleportation ability, Mike, and when this is all, when the world is back to normal, where would be the first place that you would like to teleport?
Ooh, I don't know. There's places that I've been to that I love and I want to go back to. And then there's a lot of places, obviously more places that I've never been. I was only in France briefly, and I would like to see more of France. And I love New Zealand and would love to go back there. I think it's just one of the most beautiful places ever.
And there's hobbits. Well, I get, maybe.
There can be.
There can be. All right. Here's the next question. This is from Christy. What other character that you have voiced would you love to see interact with your My Hero character? And this could be maybe they're friends, maybe they're arch enemies. Ponder. Mike?
I think
okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, Kyle, you go ahead.
Probably Ray Starling from Infinite Dendrogram, because I think they would hang out and just play video games. They're both just kind of chill dudes, and Ray would take his gaming more seriously than Denki, but like I think they're similar in attitude, and so I think that would be a good hangout.
For sure. Who else got one? Mike, go right ahead.
I think Ojiro would benefit from the martial arts mastery of Master Roshi. And one more thing.
Lindsay?
Trying to think like any of my characters that are very high energy, talkative would get along very well with Nejire. Maybe Maya from Ace Attorney.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be too much.
Honestly.
Awesome. Aaron?
I think Oscar from Ruby would probably get along with Tamaki. I think he understands some of the anxiety struggles, and they could probably help talk Tamaki through some of that. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Caitlin?
It's not from an anime, but it's from a video game. So I'm Cammy White in Street Fighter, and I think that she and Mina have a lot of similar moves. Like Mina's is breakdancer and kind of gymnastic in her fighting abilities, and I think that it would be cool to see them like fight one another and learn things from each other.
Awesome. And Morgan?
Okay, so I'm in a show called Asteroid in Love.
Yeah.
And I voiced for Ao, and she is super into astronomy. It's all about astronomy, and so I think she would love to meet 13. So
Very cool. All right, guys, here's the next question. And this is from Brianna. What sort of fandoms did you enjoy growing up that led you to a life in acting?
Cool question.
Oh, that's good. Caitlin, yeah, go ahead. Whoever started speaking, I didn't mean to cut you off. Kyle, sorry, go ahead.
No, it was me.
Aaron!
Is anime. Anime was the fandom. So I was 9 years old when my cousin started. Actually, I was probably 7 or so when my cousin started giving me some anime, which was Dragon Ball that I started with, and then Yu Yu Hakusho. And then when I was 9, he just like tried me out for a tiny role in Fruits Basket. And then I did okay at that, so he gave me a bigger role in that. And then I started watching Fruits Basket. So yeah, it was anime from the beginning for me.
Aww.
That's amazing. Full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Caitlin, what do you think?
Growing up, I was always into cartoons. I was a huge Disney kid. So probably Disney is what started it. And then like the musical theater, which is kind of a normal transition if you like Disney movies. And then you get into musicals. But I didn't really do many musicals, but I enjoyed watching them. And that's what kind of led me to realize that acting is something people did as a profession, and that it was a possibility for me. And here we are.
Did you have a favorite Disney film that you like to watch?
Yeah, when I was young, it was The Little Mermaid, and I still adore The Little Mermaid. But strangely enough, my favorite Disney film does not have speaking characters in it, which is weird as a voice actor. But my favorite Disney movie is Fantasia. So.
It's a good one.
Definitely.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Morgan, what about you?
Anime. I grew up with anime. I've always loved it. And my first love was Pokemon. It was my first. I still love it to this day. So yeah, that's where it all started, I guess. But I've always loved acting on top of all of that. So it's really cool to mold the two.
Kyle?
I have a slightly different path to acting than I think everyone here, in that I actually started behind the scenes. I actually wanted to be, as an audio engineer, I wanted to be the next Rick Rubin at one point. And so I'd say music, rock and roll, punk rock, that kind of was my start. And that's kind of what got me into the industry and into this whole thing. And then got me into being an audio engineer, got me into Funimation, and then seeing all these wonderful people just be so good at what they do made me be like, I want to do that too. And having 8 hours a day, every day, observation training was pretty sweet.
That's kind of there is.
That's awesome. Mike?
I was a big, and still am, but as far as from childhood, huge sci-fi nerd. So Star Trek, Star Wars, old school Battlestar Galactica. The new one's great, by the way, but just as far as me growing up, that was the one. That sort of thing was my initial fandom. So, you know, I had Star Wars lunch kits, Star Wars sheets, Star Wars posters, action figures, toys, all that kind of stuff. And just, you know, imagining being in that sort of universe and having fun playing with the toys and everything like that, just kind of was the earliest fandoms.
So have you had a chance to go to Galaxy's Edge yet at Disney?
No, I haven't. It looks so fun. It looks like such a cool place to go.
Oh gosh, it's so great. It's so great. My husband and I actually have, even though we live in Dallas, have annual passes to Disneyland, but we have not used them much in 2020. But yeah, Galaxy's Edge is the bomb.com.
Is that the one that has the Mos Eisley Cantina like built out? Oh,
yeah, it's
man.
so cool. And they have it in both at Disney World and Disneyland. It's in both places. It's so cool. It's the neatest place.
I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
Mike, you'll have to teleport yourself there, you know.
That would work.
All right, Lindsay, what are you thinking?
Well, I started acting professionally at the age of 10. And at that age, I didn't even know what a fandom was. I was not a fan really of anything in particular other than I knew that I loved performing, and I've loved performing since probably before I even knew how to talk. And according to my mom, I just begged to be put in acting classes as early as I knew what they were, and wanted to be an actress from, you know, again, like the time I could talk. So I'm not really sure where that started or like what inspired that exactly. I just always loved performing. And my mom talks about how when I would play with my dolls and, you know, Barbies and Polly Pockets, I wasn't just like playing pretend with them. Like it was a show. It was always a show and a performance. And they were always characters that I was playing. And I wanted my mom to watch me play because it was always a performance. And then when I would like leave to go to school, I would apparently always say to my mom, "Don't touch my show while I'm gone," because the set was set up in a particular way. And it paused when I would leave to go to school. So yeah, just from very, very early on, I just always wanted to be an actress. And yeah, I'm not sure where exactly it came from or what inspired it, but yeah.
Awesome. All right. Here's the next question. And this is from Liel. What is the most surprising thing you found out about your character? Like something that you didn't expect? I like everyone has their pondering faces. Anyone think of anything?
I was surprised to realize that Tamaki does see Mirio as a rival. Because at first it seems like it's mostly just admiration, bordering on like hero kind of worship. You know, I keep calling him a son, but then I'm calling him the son, but then it turns out that I'm Sun Eater. So that's out of a desire to sort of like rise to the challenge that being friends with him presents. Yeah.
Okay. Kyle, what do you think?
I don't know. I haven't really been surprised. He's just a chill dude, and I like that he seems to be one of the only characters kind of immune to Bakugo's whole thing, and in fact will kind of take little digs at him, but like in a homeboy way. Like, you know, he's just kind of chill, and he's kind of a little scaredy cat sometimes, but he'll rise to the occasion too. Seems very well rounded, so there hasn't been anything like any outlier that really has surprised me about him yet. But if it turns out he is actually the traitor, that will be surprising. But
there we go. All right. Lindsay?
Yeah, this is tough because we haven't really gotten to learn too much about Nejire. So there's nothing really. We haven't been able to delve too deep into like her backstory or anything like that. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed that maybe in the future we'll get to learn more about her and see some more about her upbringing and what, you know, brought her to where she is today. I don't know. The only thing I can think of that maybe surprised me is finding out that with the whole beauty pageant thing, you know, that she won. How did she not win the year before? Like, she's by far the cutest one. Like, come on.
All right. Mike, what do you think?
Mine kind of ties in with what Lindsay was saying, except it's for my other character. I also play Ectoplasm, and I would just like to find out more. Like, it's such an interesting looking character and a cool character design and a cool instructor. And at least as far as my goings in to record, there hasn't been a lot of like, well, this is who this person is, and this is why they are the way they are, and all those sorts of things. And I would like to know that stuff.
I didn't know you were Ectoplasm. You sound great. Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Morgan, what do you think?
Pass.
Fair. Caitlin?
Yeah, I don't know that too much has surprised me about Mina. Kind of like Kyle, like there are things that we don't know about our characters, but anything when I do discover it, I go, yeah, it sounds about right. Like when I walked in and Colleen said, so in this episode, Mina is breakdancing, and I go, yeah, okay, got it. Of course she is.
Correct.
Fair. She's really good at hip hop dancing. I can see that. Yeah, it explains so much, actually. So, yeah, nothing has surprised me terribly quite yet, but I look forward to it.
Awesome. All right, before we get to the next question, I just want to remind everybody that you guys can still purchase group chats, one-on-one chats, and personalized autographs. So all you have to do is go to GalaxyCon.com and you can make your purchases there. All right, let's get to the next question. And this one is from Johnny. If you had to be stuck on a deserted island with one of your characters that you voice, who would it be and why? So I'm assuming deserted island means just you and the other character. That's what I'm getting from it, but you guys can interpret it as you will. Morgan?
Okay, one of the characters we voice. I voiced for a character named Botan in a show called Seven Seeds. And they're literally it's a post-apocalyptic world. Like she knows what she's doing. Like I wouldn't know how to start a fire. I wouldn't know any of that, but she would. So that's my
good person to have for sure.
Yeah.
Caitlin?
Okay, I think maybe Haruhi Fujioka from Oran High School Host Club, because she's so chill. And I just don't think that she would cause a fuss about anything. I don't know if she knows how to start a fire. I do know that she knows how to cook, and she's lived like without a lot of money, so she can make things like last. I just think she'd be fun to hang around with. And it says it's deserted, which could mean that people used to be there. So, you know, there's like a whole old hotel we can live in with running water and gas and stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't mind hanging out on some island with Haruhi until a boat came by and rescued us. It'd be great.
Awesome. Kyle?
This is kind of a cheat answer, but Marco the Phoenix from One Piece, because he would just pick me up and we'd leave, and he would just fly us off the island.
Like the big eagles in Lord of the Rings.
Like we're stuck. No, we're not. Bye.
All right. Aaron?
It's kind of a toss-up. So Sinku from Dr. Stone has every survival skill imaginable, and he could use me to build a nice little setup for us. But he's an asshole. Can I say that? And it happens. He would call me an idiot the whole way through. Whereas Tamaki doesn't have necessarily great survival skills, but he can multiply food. He just has to eat a little bit of squid, and then he can make giant squid hands, and then I could eat his fingers.
Yum.
For ages, if need be.
I saw where that was going.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, what are you thinking?
My answer is going to fall in line with Kyle's answer. I think I would pick Master Roshi only because of his like near supernatural level of martial arts mastery. We could figure out a way out of there quick.
Okay.
And then no longer be stuck on the island.
True. All right. And Lindsay?
My first thought was like, if I need protection from anything scary, because I don't know like what kind of wildlife is on the island. Like, are we talking deserted, like no other humans or like no other animals at all, whatever. But if I needed protection, Nagisa from Assassination Classroom would be great. I mean, I guess he's like a trained assassin for like killing people, but I don't know. I feel like that can also work for killing animals too. Let's say so. But actually, I think maybe I would go with a character I played many, many years ago, back when I was actually in high school. This is a lesser-known show called Shangri-La.
Yes.
So she has some really excellent survival skills, and she's just badass in general. So brave. I think I'd get along great with her. She's not annoying. She's, I think, actually probably one of the coolest characters I've ever voiced. So I think I'd go with her, actually.
Very cool. All right, guys, here's the next fan question. And this is from, I'm not sure who, but would you ever cosplay one of the characters that you've voice acted for? I'm assuming this is from the Invisible Woman. I don't know. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Collectively?
If someone provided the things for me, sure.
Yeah. That's
expensive.
I can't, just because I can't, like, work with fabric at all. Like, that is not my forte in the slightest. So, like, I'd be like, I throw on, like, a blonde wig and put a black marker in there and be like, hey, I'm Kaminari.
Yeah, I have zero skill or talent in that area. Anything that's like visual arts related, craftiness, I can't do any of that. So if someone wants to like make it for me, sure.
There's like this one guy that I follow on Facebook, and I feel terrible, I don't remember his name, but like he creates like anime characters out of just like paper and like I don't, man, I need to look up who it is. It's like called like Quick Anime or something. Mike, you're shaking your head. Are you with me on this one?
I'm just like, I totally believe that this person's out there. Yes.
They're out there. They exist. Any specific characters that you guys would cosplay as?
I have cosplayed before. I've cosplayed Haruhi Fujioka back in the day, like in 2008. And then various stages of her, I think, at other cons, like maybe just the wig and a sweater that resembles her. But I went all out because I was at a convention for Halloween. So I dressed as her from the second to last episode. So it's like white tailcoat, gray pants, like she's in a tux essentially. It was really cool. And yeah, I am not a seamstress either, but because it was a tuxedo, I just went to Men's Warehouse and said, okay, none of these things are going to match, because I needed a white tailcoat and gray pants and a different gray vest. And I just had to go to the store, and a red tie. I had to just go to the store and find a pink dress shirt. And I got the wig, and that was that. I think Monica Rial helped style the wig for me because she's a resident hairstylist. It was fun. It was really fun. I still have the wig somewhere.
I'd love to see that. That's awesome. Aaron, what about you?
I was just looking it up. I might do Fuyuhiko from Danganronpa, just because the entire cosplay would be putting on a nice suit. But yeah, I panic every Halloween. I'm very bad at coming up with costumes and like putting them together, and my body's all gangly, so I can't just buy one.
We have contests at Funimation for Halloween. It's like a great place to work. Halloween, we go all out. It's crazy. It is so fun.
Is there like a theme for it, or you can just come whatever you want to be?
Whatever you want.
Tell them about the group costume we did last year.
Yeah, last year, all of the ADR directors did a Snow White group. So I was the Evil Queen, and Jade Saxton was Snow White. Mike, which dwarf were you?
Ooh, I don't recall. I was a dwarf, though, for sure.
Sneezy? You were Sneezy? Maybe? Kyle, which one were you?
I'm just trying to think. He had a yellow hat? Brown or orange? Dopey?
I bet you were happy.
Happy. I was happy, yeah.
But it was really fun to round up the ears. We found some ears. Yeah, they did have ears, didn't they? We found these reversible hats from Party City that had the dwarf's name on the side and also came with ears and a beard attached to it. Like,
Excellent.
guys, be these dwarves. You just need to come to work in this color shirt and these pants. And
That was such a good idea.
It was great. We had so much fun. We didn't win the contest. That's the thing. When you work at an anime company, it's usually the people who pull out all the stops for an amazing anime group.
Right.
And we have amazing cosplayers who work at Funimation too. So
That's awesome.
the winning group well deserved their win, but I think we looked super cute.
Now, Kyle, did you rock another beard over your own beard, or did you just go with your own beard for the?
I just went with my own beard.
Awesome. All right. Okay. Well, we have time for a couple more questions, so let's get to the next one. Another invisible person. What is a piece of advice from a coworker that has stuck with you through the years? Kyle.
This is from Ian Sinclair. And Ian said,
Uh-oh.
Ian said, make sure when you walk into the bathroom, make sure you always check that there's toilet paper before you sit down. Because you don't want to be stuck in a situation where you're waddling around looking for toilet paper. And that has stuck with me for years.
Great life advice.
That's
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian.
I want to see like the moment where that becomes some sort of elaborate metaphor. And you hear his voice saying it again.
You don't want to be stuck waddling around.
Anyone else receive any good advice?
Probably something that all three of the directors here have said to me, which is just slow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people's instinct is to talk faster than they should whenever they're being recorded, I think.
Oh,
Or
I
it's
just
just me.
one. Kyle, I remember you telling me years ago that actually the best temperature of water to drink is room temperature for your voice.
That's true.
Love that.
That's true.
Mike, do you have any that stand out to you?
I've had a couple of actor friends remind me from time to time that, either in scenes together or just as a reminder, to be truthful in what you're doing, because that shines through far greater than any sort of presentational anything that you can do. So be honest and in the moment, and feel the cares, feel what's being portrayed in whatever work that you're doing, and not just oh, that sounds sad, I'll be sad now. Like, let your heart be in it. Just be truthful in all that you do.
Great. Caitlin?
I can't think of anything specifically, so I'll pass.
Okay. Morgan?
Same.
Okay. But we will remember the toilet paper. So thank you, Ian. All right. All right. We have time for one more question. And this is from FD. What is the best experience of you all voicing characters from My Hero Academia? And I'm sure you guys have had plenty of wonderful experiences. So I guess one that comes to mind initially.
I have two answers.
You're allowed.
One is actually in the booth was coming up with the Kaminari, the dumb Denki sounds with Colleen. That was a fun back and forth of like, oh, she's more like, and I'd be like, and she'd be like, no, and like just that back and forth of us just making stupid sounds at each other. I'll never forget that. That was a lot of fun. And then just in general, just being involved with the property, going to LA for the movie premiere for Heroes Rising, that was pretty incredible, that whole experience. So that was great.
That's awesome. Aaron?
Probably coming up with Tamaki's I'm trying to remember what exactly the phrasing was. I've got a light that can swallow even the suns, that like climactic battle line that he says. I say, I've got a life that can swallow even the suns. That's why I'm Sun Eater. The original line was something like, I am one who eats even the sun. That's why I am one who eats even the sun. I am the Sun Eater. And it was the Sun Eater. And I was like, I don't want to say the Sun Eater. And anyway, I asked Colleen if I could take it home and we could come back to the line the next session. And then as I was driving down, I was just like talking to myself, counting syllables, trying to think of something that we could fit instead. And yeah, it was like the first red light I hit, I had the line and I texted it to Colleen, and then we ended up using that. So that felt good.
Nice.
That is so cool.
I'm glad you did it at a red light instead of any other time.
I didn't text her at the red light, for the record. I don't think. I don't know.
Morgan?
The best experience was just, I guess, my first experience of stepping in the booth, not knowing exactly what was going to happen and being like, hey, you're going to voice for this character. And I was like, tears. Like, just that moment, I think, was the best moment. The initial just like, yes, I get to be in a part of this amazing title. Like this, like, it's one of my favorites and it's just really cool. So.
Fantastic. Caitlin?
I'm still thinking.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to you. Absolutely. Lindsay?
Yeah, it's tough to just pick like a singular moment or experience that was my favorite. I mean, I love getting in to record for Nejire every time. It's just a blast and so much fun. But I also love, the opportunities for various really awesome conventions that have come my way, mainly because of my role in this show in particular. I know Aaron and Rico and I had a great time when we went to London Comic-Con. That was really cool. Yeah, it's hard for me to, just like pick like one singular moment that was like my best experience. But the whole ride has been great.
Awesome. Mike?
Meeting cosplayers who are very into the show is always a neat experience because of how, into the entire world that is. But that also leads into my bigger answer, which would be I attended a convention as a guest where the focus was this particular show. Like, that was the entire reason for the whole event. And just to see that much fandom surrounded of one show and one property, and cosplayers and families all coming together and everything to celebrate just this one idea and this one show. It was a really cool thing to see. That doesn't happen for a lot of things. I know that there, way back in the day, there's like specific X-Files conventions and there's Star Trek conventions and stuff like that. But I hadn't been involved in too many that were just one show specific for anime, and so that was a really neat experience.
Awesome. Caitlin?
I think I've been sitting here trying to think of a specific, like a booth moment, like Morgan had or Kyle had, and I can't really think of one. But I will say, what to me has been so special about being a part of My Hero, I think probably Aaron and Mike can relate to it. I'm so amazed every time another new amazing show comes along, and I get to be a part of it. Because anime always felt like this kind of flash in the pan, lightning in a bottle experience. And when I got into it in 2004, I was immediately in like the biggest thing at the time, which was Full Metal Alchemist. And I never thought anything could compare to that, because that was a ride, man. But then that wasn't it. Then after that came Ouran High School Host Club. And after that came probably Attack on Titan. And then after that, and it's just wave after wave. But after each one, I'd be like, okay, that was cool. Now I'm just going to go back to relative obscurity, make some little voices in a box. And that would be fine. I would be fine with that. But here comes My Hero Academia. And it's like, it almost eclipses everything else. I'm so very, very grateful for the experience, the opportunity to get to do it again. You know what I mean? To be a part of this experience again, to be a part of something that brings people to anime, people who don't have a fandom or don't have a hobby. And I think this is one of those shows that can help young people especially find a place to belong, and they'll make friends, and it'll change their life. And I'm so touched and honored and humbled to get to be a part of that.
That is so awesome. And I mean, I hopefully am speaking for everybody watching right now that we are so thankful for you guys and for my hero. And, you know, now that we're all home during these crazy times, what a better time to binge watch my hero, right? I mean, like, watch it. But before we wrap this up, Kyle, do you have any final thoughts you want to leave us with?
I do. If I can get this to work.
Okay.
Let's see. Hang on. Yes. Will this work?
Possibly.
Hey! There's our Halloween photo. So that's
so much.
That's Dallas Reed on the far right there. Anthony Bowling, Cliff as Dopey.
Bakugo as Dopey, you guys.
Yeah, there you go. That's Zach Bolton, one of our producers, is Bashful.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
I guess I was sneezy.
You were sneezy. Well done for keeping that up, Kyle. That's great.
Oh yeah. So Jade and Kate are looking just fantastic. The rest of us are just like, hey, it was great.
Perfect. I like that.
Perfect. So
Anthony has sleepy. He's wearing pajama pants. I think that's great.
Yeah. Right on.